Hello and happy Transfer Tuesday. Happy 4th of July for those of y'all who are in the States. I do have quite a bit to go over, so let's just go ahead and jump on into the contributions and transfers I've made. So the first thing would be my 401k. I did get paid on the final day of June, per usual. And that means that I also contributed to my 401k. Recently, I increased my contribution to 10%. So hold on, I need to log in to get the actual numbers because I can't remember them. Okay, so from my paycheck, I contributed $294. My company still matches the 6%, so they put in $176.40 for a total of $470.40. And yeah, that was the final day of the month. Sometimes I mention this, but usually I don't. But my 401k is invested in VFIAX, 50% of that, and then 50% of VIGAX. And as of right now, it says my all-time is about 12%, an increase of about 12%. So that's great, and I'm glad I made this switch. I recently made the switch over to this portfolio. Actually, I had talked about it in a Transfer Tuesday video a few weeks back, but I'm really glad I did that because I've actually seen more growth since making that change. But yeah, as far as investments go, that is it for the last week. So now we need to talk about my emergency fund, which a lot has been going on with that. My main focus right now has been my emergency fund, and as of last Transfer Tuesday, I reached $7,423.42. My goal for the year is $12,000, and I actually okay, so hold on, let me go in order. I did talk about this in my June finance update, and I will link that down below if you want to see all the details about my money, but I ended up receiving a $3,000 check in the mail from my apartment. They said that this was my refund for my deposit from when I first moved in. I did move in 2019, so I was living there for over 4 years. I don't believe that is correct, and I called my apartment literally as soon as I opened the check. I called them. I was like, I don't think this is right. Can you double check? And they logged in whatever, they checked my stuff and they said it was correct. She even put me on hold, spoke with the manager, and the manager also said it was correct. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna deposit this then, and like, we're not gonna have any problems, right? And she was like, yeah, that's your money. So I deposited it. And right away, as soon as the money came through, I went ahead and moved the whole $3,000 to my emergency fund, which is obviously a huge jump. This was unexpected money. I deposited that, I think it was on a Thursday when I received that, and then by Friday, June 30th, is when it actually hit my bank account, and I moved it over immediately. So at this point, I'm going to assume it is my money, but I have that there in case I absolutely need it. And I did just put it into my savings, not only because that's my next goal and that's what I would have done anyway. I'm not gonna spend thousands of dollars at this point, but that will also be there in case they call me in a couple of months or something and they're like, hey, we made a mistake. But as of right now, I am seeing that as my money. So of course I'm going to put it to my savings since that's my current goal. So I did make that $3,000 transfer on June 30th. That wasn't it though, because since I got paid that day, of course, I always make quite a few transfers or quite a bit of a transfer on payday. And I have a couple of different checking accounts, as y'all know, and I logged into my Chase checking account where I always have $250 direct deposited there from my paycheck, but also noticed another $50 referral from one of y'all. So whoever you are, thank you so, so much. So altogether, I had a little over $300 in my Chase checking account, so I moved $300 to my emergency fund. And then my other checking account is Wells Fargo. $250 also goes there, so I transferred $250 from Wells Fargo to my emergency fund, and obviously that put me at a pretty good place with everything. Later on that day, the interest did come through in my Marcus account, and that was $25.96, so a decent amount of passive growth there. The interest typically goes through after like 9 p.m., sometimes even later than that, on the final day of the month. So I noticed, the interest come through I saw that on July 1st. I also went to my student loan debt savings. As many of y'all know, I do have $36,000 of student loan debt, which I've been saving for so that I can make a lump sum payment when we do have to make those payments. And I earned quite a bit of interest on saving that cash. And And all I need, of course, is the 36K. So anything that goes over that, I am moving over to my emergency fund. That ended up being $134, which is crazy. Because I have this 36K in my high yield savings account, I got $134, which that's so much money. I'm very excited to add up all the interest that I earn from those savings. It's gonna be quite a bit, and we have July and then August for it to grow, because then I expect to have to make a payment by the end of August or early September. So at least another $300 or so, or close to $300 in interest alone, and then that will go over to my next savings goal. So with everything that I just went over, that put me at a pretty solid balance, over $11,100. My goal is $12,000 for the year. So today, actually, I went ahead and transferred, this was just money in my checking account, my main checking account with Bank of America. I did get some payouts from affiliate sales and stuff like that, so I have a pretty decent chunk sitting in my checking account, and I went ahead and finished out the 12K by transferring $867 to my emergency fund, which is very, very exciting. That's not going to process today since it's a holiday, but let me see what that puts me at, because I think it's a little bit over $12,000. So that puts my balance at $12,000.38, which means I am already done with my emergency fund savings goal for 2023. I am just going to let that grow for the rest of the year. I'm not going to worry about the interest. When the interest comes through, I'm going to just leave it in there. So I expect it to grow another few $100 or so just on its own. Some people have asked how I came up with the number 12,000 for an emergency fund. And I may make a separate video on this. That's Rebecca from Rebecca's Quest to Fire. She suggested I make a video on that, which is a good idea, and I may still do that. But basically, I just wanted to reach 12,000 this year, because that's like a good 3 to 5 months of basic expenses for me. And that number just felt comfortable to me. I didn't want like just 10K. I wanted a little bit more than that, because I feel that, I don't know, I just feel better with that number. And that's just for this year. So in 2024, I will have a different savings goal, and it's gonna be probably separate from my emergency fund. But eventually, I plan on getting my cash savings to like 50,000, potentially even 100,000, which I know sounds crazy and it may be stupid to some people, but at some point in my life, I would like to get to that. I think I would like $100,000 of cash in my emergency fund by the time I hit 40 or something. I don't know. That's just because that makes me feel better. I prefer to have an emergency fund. I do know that most emergencies don't require you to have cash like then and there. That's not necessary. Like I could put it on a credit card, or I could have medical debt, or whatever the case may be. I know I don't need the cash right then and there, but it just is something that I would like to work toward. Y'all also know that I am pursuing financial independence, retire early of some form or fashion. So I don't want to have to pull from my investments. Like I want to prolong that for as long as possible, where I don't need to pull from it. And I do plan on like taking my business full time at some point, and I just want to make sure I have a really solid cushion. So for 2023, I'm good with 12,000, but next year I'll probably work on growing my emergency fund as well as some of my other savings, but I will save that for other videos because that is exciting stuff. But that's it for my emergency fund. Like we're done with it. We are moving on to my next goal, which is very exciting, and that is to save for furniture / home stuff. My boyfriend and I moved into this home, and there are quite a few things that I would like to purchase. Many of the things we will be splitting, but there's some things on my list that are just for me. So like I want a new bookshelf because I don't have enough space. I want like a recliner in my office. I need a new desk chair, as y'all know, and I do want to save for all of that, but this is also stuff like a new couch, a new kitchen table. There's some things that I am willing to purchase like used, like a kitchen table, or we want like a little coffee bar thing, and I will look for used stuff, but I will not buy a used couch. So that would be new. Potentially a bed next year, new really nice mattress. Yeah, just lots of I want stuff for our garden and things of that sort. So I want to save up $6,000 this year to make those purchases next year. I came up with the 6K number because I wrote down all of the things that I would like to purchase and added those up and basically like calculated what it would cost me, like my portion of it, and it came to a little bit less than 6,000 if I was being generous. I don't think I'm going to spend the full 6,000 on furniture. I did add a little bit more just because I would love to have some money left over, and then, you know, if I have like 1,500 left over, I can put that to my Roth IRA next year or my emergency fund or whatever I'm working toward at the time. So that is what I'm going to be working toward for starting today. I will make a transfer right now and then my next few transfer Tuesdays. So let's make a transfer. This is going to come from my main checking account. This is still money that I just have from payouts, my affiliate sales, and my paycheck. What I'm going to do today is move $300. I think I could do a little bit more, but I do have some stuff that I need to pay for in regards to my business, so just want to be on the safe side, and then we'll see how things look next week and probably can do some more. So I will pop that confirm page up on the screen. $300 toward this next savings goal, which is so exciting. And that is the only transfer I'm going to make for right now. And that means I have $300.41 in this furniture/home fund. I'm actually not going to be able to put up an actual screenshot because that transfer isn't going to take place until tomorrow, so it's not reflected in the balance. But if we subtract that balance from my $6,000 goal, I have $5,699.59 to go. So I know I just went over a whole lot. I'm very grateful that I was able to make so much in transfers. I'm so grateful and excited that my emergency fund is done for the year. This allows me to focus on my furniture fund much sooner than I was expecting to, and I think I'll be able to knock this out in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll start working toward my next goal. So I will talk about that then, but please feel free to comment down below what you did to move your money in the right direction this week. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.